one of those benchmark opportunities for both teams, a mid-season top 10 showdown. It's the BYU Cougars and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you here in the booth, and Holly Rowe keeping an eye on all of the storylines down on the sidelines. Holly?
Thanks, guys. The Cougars head coach told me he understands that they are walking into a very difficult situation today. Their opponents have a big winning streak on hand, but so do they. He said, I believe that we can come and set the tone early. Look for them to be very balanced in their play calling, show why they've won these games 3 in a row, and really set the tone here early in the first quarter. After you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking for room. It's Martin. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today, though.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make your statement here today. And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Martin.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Looking downfield, it's Bachmeier. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Bachmeier. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
BYU has this offense clicking. Running inside, it's Martin. Moves it forward just a bit, a pickup of 1 to the 35. All right, guys, let's chat about BYU. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no...
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And these are the plays that defenses talk about, man. These are the ones that get you in those situations where you can win. You've given up some yards on this drive. but it doesn't matter. When you play great job on second down and force the passing situation, now, man, you get that dime package ready, you get that pass rush package ready, and you're ready to go get the quarterback.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. Safe completion on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
That's perfectly fine. If I'm a defense, I'm going to give up some yards right there. Play deep, react to shallow. The running back catches the football. I come up. He gets a positive gain, but it doesn't matter because now I won third down and forced him on fourth down.
BYU will bring the punt team on the field. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Might be changing the route. The run inside. It's Williams. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily and, more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Here's C.J. Carr to throw. That's caught. It's Porter. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. New set of downs after the completion. On the run, it's Mobley. It'll be a gain of 6, sets up 2nd and 4.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Dropping back, it's Carr. Right on the money. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
On the delay, it's Williams. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Throwing, Carr. Got it set up on the outside. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. And he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a first down.
Really nice job on third down by this offense. This offense has struggled on third downs throughout the season, not even in the top 50. But you know what? When you make it 3rd and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
And that's why these guys played defense. If that were an offensive player or receiver, that would have easily have been a catch. Come on, man. You've got to catch that and make that a pick.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Mobley. They're trying to eat up some clock here. 9th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 6. Carr. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on 3rd down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
Notre Dame looking for this 4th down conversion. Motion from the wide receiver. 4th down, Carr. Throws to the wideout. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not.
That is just a play you have got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. 4th down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play, and you've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive, and he's not able to come up with it.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once 1st down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Caught behind the line. It's Casper. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Quarterback keeper. Got enough for the 1st. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
And the Cougars have it with a 1st and 10. Running inside. It's Martin.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking downfield, it's Bachmeier. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions, but sees zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
They kick it away on 4th down. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Here's Carr to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Mobley. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position, they located the football, and they went and game tackled.
The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. This defense has them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Touchdown, BYU! The defense putting points on the board.
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Throwing, Carr. Got it in the middle, it's Mobley.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Quarterback making adjustments. The run inside. It's Mobley. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Man, how fast did they get in there and make that tackle for a loss? If you blinked, you missed it. Nice job by the defense getting penetration. Everybody up near the line of scrimmage, shooting the gaps quick, getting in the backfield, getting the guy on the ground.
Carr from the gun on 3rd down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
Get this drive started from the 29. Looking for space, it's Martin. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking for a man, it's Bachmeier. Lets it fly. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27.
You know, I like the decision
by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big pick.
Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Williams. Picked up a few on that run, but this defense able to keep him contained here late in the half.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Carr unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead, but with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. The Cougars will use their first timeout here. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wide receiver going in motion. To the air. It's Bachmeier. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. Might be calling a hot route. Here's Carr to throw. He puts some heat on that one down the middle. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, it is my pleasure to welcome everyone into the Week 7 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with a look at the Pitt Panthers taking on the North Carolina Tar Heels. And it's Pitt chasing a 6th straight victory today. This team is a snowball rolling downhill, just adding momentum with every new week. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the ACC.
Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Running inside, it's Mobley. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hands, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
Nice quick throw there, and it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw, and you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game.
Gets the back moving. Play action, C.J. Carr. Gets rid of it. Firing to the right, complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And a nice job separating by the slot receiver on that in route. Man-to-man coverage, he put his foot in the ground, it created a little bit of separation, and that made that play work.
3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
And that's a welcome sight for this offense, man. They really struggled to run the football in the first half. And I promise you, at halftime, in the locker room, first drive, guys, we got to come out, own the line of scrimmage, get the run game going, and that's exactly how they start this half.
Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Grabbed behind the line. It's Williams. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
They'll send the tight end in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, Carr. Got him downfield. The change will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively. And right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the first down. They need him to play great in the second half.
They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
And this drive, this offense is really focused on physicality, man. Running the football. Look at right here, right up the gut. Nice play. Nice job just controlling the line of scrimmage, putting a drive together. This offense really doing a good job right now.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Motion from the wideout. The offense changing the play. Throwing, Carr. Going for 6. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And we were talking about it at half, guys. Like, how are they going to crack this puzzle, right? This defense so elite in the first half. Second half, they come out. They're trying to throw the football. Man, I just don't know where the weaknesses are. They're going to have to keep working and keep trying to make that big play and stay aggressive. But so far, on every level of this defense, they've been dominant.
They believe in their running game on 3rd and goal here. He is stopped short. That's the man they wanted to have the ball, but it'll be 4th down.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Paul.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. From the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle. And this one is perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it out. It's Bachmeier. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he... Out of the end zone, he'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. A designed run for the quarterback. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives. The best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Here comes the heat.
And that's the game it's kind of been. It's been a defensive struggle on both sides, and it's kind of like a tennis match. Which team and which offense is going to be able to break serve? That time, poor job in pass protection. The quarterback has got to find a way to get rid of that football and not take the negative play. But this has been a defensive war so far.
Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. The run inside. It's Martin. He's knocked down immediately, trying to catch them napping on the run and nothing doing.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him. They have been gang tackling him and getting a lot of penetration up front.
Can they catch him? Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. They didn't quite get organized in time. They'll call a timeout with just 3 seconds remaining on the play clock. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Mobley. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
Snags it over the middle. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the 4th quarter, that ramps up the pressure. With the run on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. They move on top here in the 4th.
And And this is a running back, guys, that gets better as the game goes on. Here we are late in this one, and he's still breaking off big runs. Impressive, making people miss, showing you the speed. And that touchdown gives his team the lead.
And it's good, and he pushes the lead to 3. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with the score from the 4. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rank. There he goes! An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
I know it hasn't been the type game statistically this running back was hoping to have up to this point. He's been getting shut down. Finally, he's able to break through for a big one. And sometimes, you know, it just takes one. It takes one run like that to get his confidence back, to get the offensive line's confidence back. Let's see what happens with this offense now moving forward.
They'll go with a direct snap. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker here really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Running inside, it's Martin. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
Effective draw plays in the running game really begin with the quarterback. The quarterback's got to be a great sailor. You've got to really make the defense think it's pass. You keep your eyes focused downfield until the last possible second, turn around and hand it off. And by that point, the defensive ends have rushed way upfield, and there's less bodies for the running backs to have to maneuver around before finally moving forward.
On the move. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. BYU coming to the line with 1st and 10. Looking for a gap. It's Martin. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And maybe the big fella can jumpstart this offense a little bit. They got to get some points, and he's that big physical guy, breaking some tackles, making some plays. Here in the 4th quarter, they're going to need it.
The Cougars have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. They want to run this quarterback. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? Back to throw, it's Bachmeier. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot. That's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Man, what a game this guy has been having, living in the opponent's backfield. Already has 2 sacks in the game, and now he gets a TFL. He is so athletic, so quick twitch, so slippery, they just can't block him.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving.
This is an area of the game. On offense, you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first down, so you have to be able to run.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Timeout taken by BYU at 2nd. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. Third and 6 yards to go. Quarterback may change this route. Wide receiver comes in motion. Play clock was getting close to 0, and they have to burn a timeout. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. Third and 6 yards to go. Carr. Here's the pressure. And down he goes. The Cougars are going to use their 3rd and final timeout here. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. Now, if you're really worried about the block, I guess you could think about taking the safety here in the free kick. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be. The offense coughs it up. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler. To the air, it's Bachmeier. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. It comes down to this. 1 more snap left in this game. If they get a touchdown, they can find a way to win it. Here's a throw downfield late. And he's got it inside the 35. They make the stop, but that's going to do it here as time has expired.